We begin here at 4 with the push to limit social media use for teens across the country.
Several states have legislation in the works that includes Iowa, where a bill would ban people under 18 years old from having their own social media pages. A new law in Utah requires parental permission.
And joining us live to talk about the efforts is Amy Konwinski with Smart Gen Society. Amy, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Julie. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
We're doing well. Amy, first, is this too extreme?
Yeah, I really don't think this is something that can be enforceable. So many kids today that are on social media are already lying about the age that they are. So saying that you have to be 18 in order to have a social media account isn't going to be something that really is that parents can stop them from doing. Also, who's going to be able to enforce this? So many kids are going to be able to get a VPN, they can go around it, and it just makes it easy. So I think it actually touches the communication between caregivers and students, that's more important to educate rather than legislate these issues.
Right, and that's kind of the next question. So then what is the benefit of that caregiver or parent being on board for teen social media use? Do we have conversations about it?
Absolutely. So I think the number one thing that students can do is to be their own first line of self-defense. And by parents being approachable, if something does go wrong, we want to have that open line of communication. These type of legislation bills can actually cut down that communication where students just don't feel like they can go to their parents because they might have to lose that social media connection. And also, students have the right to some of these technologies, especially students in situations that they might not have access to information in a small town or communities they feel they can get support from. So I think it's important that we honor students have the right to that technology and social media, and parents having those open lines of communication.
If legislation and lawmaking isn't the right path, what can adults do to curb the amount of time teens are spending on apps like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram?
The best thing parents can do is educate themselves on how the hardware and software works together. Already we know that when you provide Smart Screen to a student or to your child, you can use what's already on those settings and restrictions to limit their time, limit the amount of time they spend on social media, and have good open conversations around the expectations of the family. And I think through that education process, again, that's going to be the best way to protect students and let parents know that that those students are going to be able to come to them if anything does go wrong.
Amy, what is an appropriate amount of time for a kid to spend on social media per day?
So studies show by spending more than 2 hours a day on social media, we start to see some negative health and mental health impacts. So I think a healthy amount of time is about 2 hours. We also see some significant health decreases, mental health decreases, when we go past 5 hours. So I know that seems like a big amount of time between 2 and 5 hours, but if we can limit to 2, no more than that, I think that's the best way that students can have some best outcomes.